Hello YouTube friends, Dr. Teresa Ulrich here again with you. I'm here to give a quick update on how the seahorses are doing, in particular Captain Jack. After the last pouch evacuation, Captain Jack went about a week without needing another one, which told me that the protein skimmer was helping, but apparently it wasn't enough because he had a few episodes since then. And I read that it's really important to get all of the invisible organics out, making sure that there's enough circulation for the filter and protein skimmer to access all of that water that needs to be skimmed. I did put a power head in for a little bit and it did help, but it did blow the food all around, and I like to use a feeding station for the seahorses. One thing I did discover is that when all the parameters are right and there are still pouch emphysema problems or air in the pouch problems, sometimes people who are doing everything right have problems because they're using a canister filter. So I thought that was really interesting. I hated to do it, but even though I used the power head and it did help, it blew the food all over the place. I ended up upgrading to just an old-fashioned hang on the back power filter, and I moved some of the media from the canister filter into the power filter so the tank cycle doesn't start all over again. It's pretty packed, and from what I understand, the goal is to try to have a turnover rate in the filter anywhere from 10 to 15 times the capacity of the aquarium. So for example, if you have a 30-gallon aquarium, you want the turnover rate to be about 300 to 450 gallons per hour. This particular filter has a capacity of up to 500 gallons per hour. I don't know if it's actually moving at that rate because I have the media packed so tight and actually higher than the recommended level. I'll reduce it once I know the aquarium cycle isn't impacted. But something very interesting happened once I added the extra filter. Take a look at the protein skimmer. It has gone wild. It had not skimmed this well the whole time that I had it, and it's just a few weeks old. And I've had to empty the cup several times. And one other thing I learned, that you want to keep your protein skimmer as efficient as possible, so that might mean cleaning out that intake cylinder every day or every couple of days anytime there's any kind of buildup, because that buildup tends to reduce the effectiveness of the skimming. So what this tells me is I have enough turnover rate now that it's stirring up the entire tank, but notice it's not too turbulent. The seahorses seem just fine in it, and I just love that even though I have that high flow rate, not all of the frozen food that I put in their feeding trough is getting pushed out. There is a little bit in there. They have been eating from it. I have not had to perform a pouch evacuation in a couple of days. It's hard to tell right now. When she's swimming around you can see better, but Parley is starting to look lighter. Captain Jack is still eating, not as much as I would like, but I think it's really great that he hasn't had the necessity of a pouch evacuation in a couple of days. So hopefully I have my issue solved. If this doesn't solve it, I don't know where to go from here. Up there you can see Parley is definitely getting a little bit lighter now. She's bright around the abdomen. When she swims around, she looks even brighter. And to me, that's a sign that the water quality is shifting and a lot of those invisible inorganics are getting skimmed out. So that's the update. I hope I'm done spending money, and I hope this ends up being the resolution. Thanks for following me on this. I hope you're learning from it. If you're finding this information useful, interesting, helpful at all, please hit the like button, and then don't forget to subscribe to Cowfish Pro And I hope you hang in there with me as we continue the journey with the seahorses. Thank you. Bye-bye.